Oh, welcome back. Well, a new poll shows half of Americans, including Democrats, believe Hunter Biden received favorable treatment from federal prosecutors after agreeing to a sweetheart plea deal earlier this week. 75% of Republicans and 33% of Democrats say Hunter did get special treatment. Joe Pinion, even more outrageous is the text message that we've been showing this morning, where Hunter Biden basically threatens a Chinese businessman to either fulfill his commitment or he will face retaliation from his father, who he's sitting with at the time, then sitting Vice President Joe Biden, and, quote, everybody he knows, as Hunter holds a grudge.
I mean, look, Maria, I don't know how many times we've sat here and had this conversation. I feel like a little bit like Sisyphus. We're just pushing a boulder up a hill for eternity for having dared to question the gods. And that's what happens here with the Biden family. I mean, it is clear that the president has said time and time again, I have no idea what my son is doing. I have no idea what my brother is doing. And yet here is the son sitting at the left hand of the father, threatening foreign nations for the purposes of enriching the family, leveraging his father's position in government. There are the emails that we've talked about so many times that get overlooked with this scattershot of nonsense that surrounds Hunter Biden that says specifically that they needed to get FaceTime with JRB. You can guess who JRB is. We know they said they needed 10% for the big guys. So there are many, many questions that deserve answers, that deserve oversight, and yet again, what looks like they've basically evoked some type of crown jewel defense where they're saying, here, we will sacrifice Hunter Biden on the altar of tax charges to avoid all of the real questions that are actually more pertinent to the governance of this nation and the safety and security of the American people.
I mean, how stupid does the DOJ think the American people are? Evidence after evidence after evidence of this influence peddling scheme over the last several years that apparently has been going on for decades. And yet they're sending prosecutors in to put Donald Trump in jail. I mean, it's just outrageous. This is the text I was talking about earlier, Chris. This whistleblower told the House Ways and Means Committee that Hunter Biden's tax investigation was, quote, first opened in November 2018 as an offshoot of an investigation that the IRS was conducting into a foreign-based amateur online porn shop, a pornography platform, Joe. That's how they tripped on Hunter, because of his dealings with the porn platform.
I think probably the most frustrating thing about this entire story, as it continues to go in a million different directions, is, quite frankly, I think Americans are getting fatigued. And I think that they're seeing one thing after another, and they're upset and they're angry that there are two different tiers of the law. Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence. He talks about everyone, all men being created equal. We're supposed to be equal under the law. And again, this is a bad look for our country. We like to lecture the entire world about how they conduct themselves, but the rest of the world is looking at us right now and saying, you know what? The United States has got to get their act together. They've got a problem with their Department of Justice.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. And Joe, we've made this point before. It's not just Americans who are watching this. It's our adversaries across the world knowing that the value system, the democracy, is breaking down.
Absolutely.
With all of this.
I mean, we feel as if the American people are trapped into some real-world reenactment of the Hatfields versus the McCoys. It's the Bidens versus the Trumps. Every once in a while, the DOJ pops up their head like the squirrel or, like the groundhog on Groundhog Day, because once again, the American people ask the question, what happened to Kevin Kleinsmith that effectively invented evidence to investigate President Trump? Nothing happened to him. What happened to the fact that we know for a fact concretely there were visits to the White House confirmed by White House logs that confirm what we read in the emails that said that they needed FaceTime with associates of the vice president in order to enrich themselves? Nothing happens. So we should be asking Democrats down in D.C., you're so concerned about corruption. Why don't you care? Why don't you say you have an obligation to look into these things? I think we know the answer. They're circling the wagons for the Biden family because they're trying to hold on to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue one more time.
Just the way they circled the wagons for the Clinton family back in 2016 and ignored any claims of influence peddling on Hillary Clinton with her Clinton Global Initiative and the Clinton Foundation, and in the face of her destroying evidence, 30,000 emails. That was fine, according to the DOJ.
They just bleached it, white out, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
They've just washed away the sins of the father and have just decided unilaterally they're going to clear the Biden family of all wrongdoing based off an investigation that still to this day has not occurred.
Quite extraordinary. We will have more on this story this morning with the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, Jason Smith. My